Another one of the stories that you touched on, man, that I was very intrigued, and I kind of did my own little research just to figure out, when did this happen? I think it was like 1814. The whole story of Porvenir.
Yeah.
When I first heard it, when I heard you talking about it, I'm telling you, it was one of the moments where I was like, hold on, did I hear that right? I stopped what I was doing, went back, and I just sat there and listened. Didn't want to, I guess, it was about Porvenir. So when I heard that, like I was mentioning, I kind of stopped doing what I was doing because it was like a history lesson for me. Because like I told you, we all know this, that we don't hear about these stories. It's not convenient to hear these stories in American history.
Yeah.
Right? Because again, it's the dark side of America, right? I'm sure there's like a fucking documentary out there, and if there's not, we need to make one.
Oh, there is.
You know what I'm saying? So can you just...
And we can still make one.
Can you just put us on what exactly happened with Porvenir? Because when I heard it from you, I was like, bro, that's some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But this happened around 1815, 1814, correct?
Yes. No. 1918.
1918, there you go.
1918, the Porvenir Massacre happened in Porvenir, Texas. And I came across it, man, like I said, and during the shutdown, man, everyone was at home. I was working from home for a couple of weeks, and man was just like really, delving into it, man. Like I said, I remember my dad saying that, Mexicanos used to get hanged and stuff. So I looked that up. Goliad, Texas, the hanging tree. I actually took my family there during the shutdown, man. We drove out there to Goliad. We saw the hanging tree that's still there in front of the courthouse. It was used for hangings. They hung hundreds of Mexicanos. There was something called the cart wars that happened here in Texas, man, that, Mexican cart drivers were being attacked. They were attacked by, white Anglo, Texans, man. And there was a lot of tension, everybody thought that all the Mexicanos were bandits, sound familiar?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of tension going on, man. Everybody was scared. So every Mexicano they saw, oh, fuck, he's a raider, he's a bandit, fight them, get them, and take them and hang them in the hanging tree, And it's part of Texas history, If they want to talk Texas history, man, that's part of it. Mexican history is Texas history, is American history. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just designate a month for Hispanic heritage, And to be honest with you, like the shit that I've learned, I don't even like using the terms Latino or Hispanic, man, because those describe Europeans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's to me, it's just like, I don't really care for that. But I know what people mean when they say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I started looking into it, man. I learned about the Porvenir Massacre in 1918. I learned about what they call La Matanza in 1915. During the cart wars, that time was called La Matanza, man, because hundreds and hundreds, like the numbers are staggering to where they don't even have an exact number because Mexicanos were being killed and they were just being discarded, man, like trash. I was reading something where like it's an old account, like in an old newspaper from San Antonio or something, and back in the early 1900s, and people describing it, how it's not uncommon to find a dead Mexicano on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? Because they were being hunted, they were being killed, and, not given a proper burial, not, being buried with dignity, you know what I'm saying? But just being discarded like an animal or something, like trash. And by the hundreds, man, La Matanza, the 1915, I learned about Porvenir in 1918, where what is it? The police in Texas? It's the Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers, yeah.
With the U.S. Army, they went into the town of Porvenir and they killed every Mexicano from the age of 15 on up. Every old man, every father, and every teenager. They took them, they lined them up, and they shot them. They killed all of them. They wiped the town out. And that was the Texas Rangers, dog. And the Texas Rangers, they fought that for the longest, and denied it. But, groups like Refusing to Forget out of Austin, Texas, they do a lot of work, man, where they've had the state erect plaques for Porvenir. They had the state erect a plaque for La Matanza in 1915. Like, if it's part of history, it can't be swept under the rug, man.
Correct.
It's part of who we are. It's part of, what brought us to where we are today. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the things that I loved about a video that you sent me. I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday. You sent me a video, and the guy said something that it has crossed my mind before. And when I've said it, people I guess don't fully understand what I'm trying to say. But when I heard him say it, I clearly understood what he was talking about, because it's clear as day. We talk about 9/11. We talk about hashtag never forget, right? But as soon as we talk about, you know, slavery with African Americans, the first thing they tell them is get over it. It happened a long time ago, right? You just mentioned about how our Mexican history gets wiped out of the books because get over it. How convenient that you want, and again, this goes to show you how racism and how they still feel like they're above us, because never forget anything under that. Oh, get over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Why does it not matter? You know what I mean? And again, this is one of the reasons that I'm tuned into your music, that I appreciate you as an artist and as a person, bro. Because like I said, we can sit here for hours and talk about it, which I would like to have like a part 2 later on, and maybe touch, like you told me, a certain year gap of Mexican history.